to everyone. This is Curry here with Cherished Relics Boutique. Happy New Year 2026. I'm back again today, actually bringing you just a huge earring jewelry haul. I have some clip back earrings, vintage, as well as a lot of, natural stone, precious metal, beautiful earrings, vintage and modern, that are pierced as well. And yeah, I'm excited to share them with you guys. I hope everyone had a nice holiday. It's been a while since I've been on here posting a video, so I thought, I'd once I got settled to the new year, I thought I'd take this opportunity to get back on here and show you my latest. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Curry. I'm from Pittsburgh, and I do part-time sales on eBay mostly, and have done lots of live selling as well as sales on my actual YouTube videos as well. So I sell in all those places. Today is no different. So everything you see in today's video is available to do any private sale. All you'd have to do is you can go look down here on the screen, reach out to me at cherishedrelicsboutique@gmail.com. And yeah, share this information you see up here on the screen, and we can organize a private sale. Many of you out there have purchased from me before. You know I'm going to offer you incredible prices, so I'm not going to actually give prices through this video. I'm just going to, keep it simple and not have to go back and edit everything. Yeah, just give me a timestamp and, brief description, and I will get back to you. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed with the beautiful earrings you're going to see today, as well as the amazing prices that I am able to offer before, of course, I go and list everything on, eBay or whatever. So I can always offer my best prices here on my YouTube channel. So, sorry, I opened my drink and it spilled everywhere. Yeah, I guess I'll start with clip back earrings. So I just put some in some, different vintage jars here. I'm going to move very, very quickly. Let's start with these. These are more like statement earrings, big, huge, larger earrings. So I'm just going to move quickly. A lot of them are precious metal, but some of them are not. So let me just show you what I got. Okay, so when I purchased these, I initially thought they were actually sterling silver. They're marked with 925, but after testing, acid testing, I found out they are not. But they are still really lovely hoop earrings with a really gorgeous texture, as you see there. And they are about 2 inches across. So those are some great earrings. All of these I've gone through. I already know what's, sterling versus, what gemstones things are, all the like. These are just costume earrings, really cool, enameled with these are like rubber rings. It's very interesting. And you can see, obviously, that's enamel on copper. I believe that's painted over copper. A really cool pair of, dangle earrings. And those come down to about 2.5 inches. So those are definitely super interesting, probably artisan made. These are an interesting pair of earrings in that I actually have acid tested them, and the lever back there is not sterling, but the actual earring part here is. I've tested them like 3 times, and they are 100% sterling. You can see they have some bezel set, foil backed, faceted rhinestones there. But yeah, a very interesting set of earrings. I don't know where they're from, but they are definitely unique. So those are sitting right at about 2 inches in length, like dangle wise. So I'm going to scoot these over here like that. Okay, these are huge. Statement, chandelier, glass, as well as faceted AB crystal earrings. You can see lots of movement and lots going on these earrings. Little cha-chas there on the end. And obviously everything in this current tub that I'm going through, they're all post back, pierced. Either post, I don't mean post back. I meant they're all pierced. Some being on hooks, some on lever back, some on posts, and the like. So these are pretty long, sitting right at about 2 3/4 inches. Really liking those. Okay, these are just costume, enameled, textured, open work. I would say, I don't know, that's kind of like a really kind of darker, dusty blue. They are not sterling. They come down to about 2 inches, a really simple, fun kind of boho style earring. Okay, these are lovely. These are sterling earrings here. They're really cool, you know, kind of like, I don't know what shape you call that, but this is in fact all sterling. Beautiful earrings. I can't remember where they are actually marked. Let me take a look with my loupe. And as you can see, not magnetic. I have already acid tested them. I thought they were marked with 925, but I don't actually see a mark. But I really am loving those earrings. Sterling silver definitely gives off a certain kind of ting about it, you know, when sterling silver hits other sterling, which you can hear there. I love those earrings. All right, textured post back, very vintage. I guess they go in the ear this way. The gold tone on them looks fantastic. I honestly am not sure what brand they are. Let me take this off. Sometimes you can get something written around there, but I don't see anything written here. I'm sure I could Google Lens them and find something out. But anyways, those are about 1 inch. And yeah, definitely some statement earrings there. These are gorgeous, sterling silver as well as natural pearl. Beautiful variations of lilac. Natural pearls, loving those earrings. Those might be a pair of earrings I might keep myself. Beautiful little teardrop dangle there. Aren't those beautiful? Okay, so this is, let's see if I can find this other one. I'm just going to grab the ones that I see pairs of. Let me turn on my gem tester real quick over here to the right. So these are, you know, like a matte gold tone. These remind me very much of, you know, Kendra Scott style earrings. I don't really know what brand they actually are. That is at a minimum glass, but it's possible that it could be some type of natural stone. You can see that the little dangle portion that it hangs from is sort of, it's matte, but it's also like hammered and open work and the like. So let me real quick just test these and see if they're, yeah, no, they're just glass. But I like them. They've got a nice little faceted bicone, you know, stone beads there. And so they're about 2. My phone just fell over. They are about 2 3/4 inches long. So that's what those are looking like. Some enameled twist earrings here. They kind of have a little bit of a gold, rose gold tone to them. I don't see any brand on them, but definitely an interesting pair of earrings. Looking like that, hanging down to about 2.5 inches. Okay, some more textured and matte, kind of hammered gold tone hoops. We've got some stone. That's probably dyed howlite, my guess. Very, about 1.5 inches on those hoops, post back. So those are nice. Here is some boho style, see if I can find its match. There we go. All right, so you can see they're constructed with wire that goes through those faceted glass beads, hanging down to a dangled glass bead, I believe. Yeah, those are just glass, but not plastic. Yeah, very natural tones, kind of a smoky quartz-ish look about some of those in there. And those hook earrings are hanging down to about 2.5 inches. And those are just silver tone, I believe. There you go. Magnetic, so. All right, some natural stone earrings here. Very interesting. Not quite sure what that might be. That might be some type of... I honestly am not even quite sure what that is. It's not a stone. It might be... I don't know what that is, to be honest. It almost looks like it's kind of been antiqued with some paint and then some is rubbed off. We've got some wood beads up here as well as some jasper mixed in there and some tiger's eye. Very interesting, old in style, I think. These are not new. You can tell that they've been loved, but very artisan in style. I don't know. I guess that's about 2.5 inches on those. Those are cool. All right, well, here are some beautiful chandelier style earrings here. Let's see if I can find its match. Clearly, it just wants to sit at the bottom, wherever it is. There it is. Okay, so these are just costume jewelry. You know, we've got some kind of bezel set rhinestones in there. They might be cubic zirconia, like glass. Yeah, they're definitely... I don't think there's cubic zirconia. I think they're just glued in rhinestones. But a really nice pair. They look like they have a whole bunch of marcasites on them, but a lot of the... they're about 3 inches. A lot of the things in there are just little bumps around there to make them look like marcasites. There definitely is a round stone, a bigger one with a smaller round stone above it on each of the little kind of teardrops. But those are the only rhinestones on there. They're cool. I don't know if they were made by any certain brand, but I quite like them. All right, here, what do we got? I kind of put all the bigger earrings in here. I'm not sure if those are turquoise or not. I know turquoise doesn't really register on the Presidium at all, and neither is this. Now, that center stone there is kind of more blue in color than those dangles. They definitely are a stone. Oh, and they are marked right here. You can see that they say, what does that say? It says a 925 Thailand. So I haven't actually acid tested those. Sometimes they're not actually real, but you know, you get things that are fakely marked. They're also marked there on the lever backs. also saying Thailand 925. So they probably are. But obviously, if anyone reaches out and shows interest in any of these earrings, I can give you the exact details. So those are a little bit longer than 3 inches long. Aren't those cool? Okay. Well, here's a really cool pair of druzy. See if I can find its match. There we go. These are sterling silver. A pair of druzy bezel set teardrop dangle earrings there. And let's see, are they marked on that? I'm not sure. Yes, they also say 925. So it's looking like that. Now, druzy is a type of quartz. Well, it grows on quartz is what it does. Now this is, some stones I know can be magnetic about, I know hematite, when I do it on my gem tester, it will beep. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of stone that is. But it wants to beep every single time I press on it. So maybe it isn't actually druzy. I'm not really quite sure what that is. It is an actual stone, 100%. So I might have to do some research on those. Definitely tarnished a bit. We've got a 2-inch hang on those earrings. Aren't those fun? So I got these at a local consignment store. These are a brand name of some type. Really, really large. These are post back. They hang down almost 3 inches. But the construction of them is pretty significant. And then you can see we've got all these kind of inset rhinestones there. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, there is a brand on the back, and it says Lulu Frost. So I honestly am not familiar with Lulu Frost, but I think at the time when I picked them up in the consignment store, I looked them up. I do know that they have some value, or I probably wouldn't have purchased them. So those are cool. I like these hoop earrings. Got multiple things going on here. These are a post back hoop right there, hanging down a couple of rings that are kind of hammered and textured. And I do believe these are sterling from my recollection. Let me take a closer look here, if you give me a second. Yes, they do say 925 on the hook, on the posts there. I don't know who makes them, but what that's sticking to is the back, not the earring. The earring is not magnetic, as you can see there. So, yeah, I really love those earrings. Sterling silver. Lots going on those hoops. And they do dangle down to about 2.5 inches. So lots of movement as well. Okay, so we've got some gold tone. I don't know if these are turquoise or not. Very, very long dangle earrings with natural stone and sort of artisan style with all that wire wrapping. They sure do look like turquoise. So it wouldn't surprise me if those are, in fact, are. Lots of different variations in color, often with turquoise earrings. I don't know if these are vermeil or not. Vermeil just means they have like a gold tone. I'm sorry, an actual gold layer over sterling silver. They are not magnetic. So there you go. Yeah, those hang down to about 2 3/4 inches. Aren't those fun? All right, these are like brassy. Really fun movement, long dangle earrings. They probably would almost reach down to your shoulders. with all these like little leaves. Cha-cha. Aren't those fun? I don't know who makes them, but you can see how long they are. Hanging down almost to 4 inches. Wow. Pretty cool. These are also sterling silver. I know because I bought them. I don't know if they're, I think they might be Silpata. Let's look right here at the mark. Yes, they have a Silpata mark right there, as well as 925. So you've got these kind of, you know, reticulating 3 teardrops, with one of them being hammered there. So a nice pair of Silpata. Get this untangled there, earrings there. Loving those. Okay. I think these might be Trifari. I've got a couple pairs. If TF means Trifari, that is. Let me find the other one. Okay. So a very nice kind of brassy chandelier earring, obviously with kind of teal rhinestones in there and some amber colored rhinestones, floral dangle. And I think they are marked with a TF somewhere. I just have to look closely. Hold on. Obviously, if they are Trifari, they are a newer Trifari. Excuse me. I don't actually see any marks on those. So, I can't actually tell you, but they're fun. So those fun chandelier earrings are hanging down to about 2.5 inches, and they are looking like that. Those fun. All right. These might be the ones that are marked TF, or I might just be making it all up. I'm not sure. Hold on. I can't tell if this is how this is twisted. This is twisted up somehow. What is going on here? I think this has to come through here. There we go. There we go. I couldn't get it to work. Anyways, it looks like it might be missing one rhinestone there at the top, or maybe it's, yeah, it's missing one, but that could be replaced. Aren't those nice? Dangles are glass faceted beads there. And the lever back, as you see. Oh, and we're missing a bigger stone there. Well, those are going to require some work. About 3¼ inches on those. Okay, here's another pair of chandelier earrings. Also glass and filigree. Gold tone looks great. I don't see any brand or mark on those. I'm sure that they are not, they're not, you know, vermeil or anything like that. But a really nice pair of red earrings. If you have the occasion for that, hanging about 2 3/4 inches down. Okay. I believe these are sterling, kind of open work, teardrop, filigree, and then like a hollow sort of enclosed piece there. These are hanging down to about 2 inches, and let me see if I can find a mark on them. I believe that they're sterling. Yeah, they're marked on the hooks, and it says I'm struggling seeing what it says. Let me look at the other hook. The way the light's hitting it is making it like too shiny for me to read it. It's hard for me to tell what it says, so obviously I'd need to acid test those, but I'm pretty sure that they were sterling when I bought them. But those are cool. I think these are older. Textured dangle. And I'm pretty confident these are also sterling silver. I love those. Let me look. I could be making it up. I don't see a mark. But they are not magnetic, so pretty sure they are. But obviously, if anyone reaches out with any interest in purchasing any of these earrings in today's video, obviously I can give you all the details when you reach out. I believe these are made in Mexico. Inlaid malachite and lapis lazuli, as you see there. Dangle. They come down to about a little bit over 2 inches. And the inlaid is on both sides. So let's see what marks this has, if any. I don't know if they're sterling or if they're like, you know how you can just have, you know, some jewelry that's just like Taxco, or not Taxco, I'm sorry. You know, like the Mexican silver that isn't actual silver. I can't tell on these because I'm not going to go and acid test things right now as we look at them. Can't say. But they're very nice earrings. That I know. All right, these are fun. I believe these are also sterling silver. You can see they've got like textured rings there. And the details around those, I believe those are onyx, are like this little like textured part there. I think the mark's on that side. And it's if they're Solpata, and they say 925 marked down there on that, you know, kind of textured part there. And these will probably show up as a type of quartz, which onyx is a type of quartz. They are not. They are not onyx. So it's possible they could be like tourmaline or just a regular black glass, but those are, in fact, Solpata. Okay, so another pair of kind of boho style earrings. All of those beads there, I think they sew them in with like wire. And the center stone there kind of looks like the color of peridot, but that center portion of that is acrylic. It's not actually glass. But the blue ones are obviously faceted glass, and they go in the ear like that, the kidney wires. I do not believe these are sterling, no. I do believe these are sterling. Okay, where is my matching earring? I must have made one come out and put it in one of the other ones. But so here we've got one stone there. I'm not sure if that's lapis lazuli. I'll tell you right now, it does not have little flecks of gold in it that I can see. So it's possible it could be like a sodalite. It does kind of go up on the gem tester in the near, you know, quartz, which would be where like jasper is. So I'm not quite sure, but I definitely know that those are sterling. Very artisan in style, aren't they? So obviously they go in the ear, and then they'll kind of hang like that in the ear. I must have actually pulled the other one out accidentally. Or maybe I put it in the other. It's probably in my other box with pierced earrings. So I'm sure we'll come across that. So yeah, don't be shy. Reach out if any of those are of interest. Fun, awesome haul earrings. And we're going to keep going. I think I'm going to come back here to this longer one here. This is all clip-on and twist back earrings in this container here. I love these old vintage containers. These are like made of paper, you know, handmade. It's called like cashmere or some sort of, it's just a way that they make some of these boxes. Wood with paper, I believe. I don't really know fully how they're constructed, but anyways, there you go. These are all clip-on earrings. All right, so we have a little cluster AB clip-on that are in great condition. No brand or anything like that. But you know, they look clean. They don't look, and a lot of times with these older earrings, a lot of times the AB coating will look rubbed off, but these look pretty decent. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of grab things as I see them that look like pears. Looks like I see a pear right here. So these are like a textured, kind of looks like a shell almost to me. These are twist back earrings. I don't know what brand they are. But they would go in the ear like that. And it's like a little faux pearl there in the center. It looks like a piece of silver, but it's like a faux pearl. So those are interesting. Here is another pair of twist back earrings. And those pearls in there are, they appear to be real. And these are marked on the back, Vandel 1/20th 12 karat gold filled on the little loops back there. So those are fun earrings there. Okay, I love these. Look like little dogwoods, enameled. They're about the size of a little bit larger than a nickel. And that says Trifari. It might say Crown Trifari. Hold on. Yes, Crown Trifari. So those are fun earrings. These look like about the size of a nickel. Very, you know, looks like little feathers textured in there. And clip back. I don't see a brand. I don't believe they're sterling or anything, but they kind of look Native American in style-ish. Here's a really nice pair of, they might be Weiss, prong set with emeralds, like kind of larger baguettes. Those are those rectangular looking ones. And so there you go, marked Weiss. And yeah, they're going in the ear that direction. Those are great. They're in amazing condition. So let's open these. Sometimes people like to see those opened. They work just fine. Loving those. Weiss. Let's see what else I find here. Okay. These look like bow jewels or something. I'm not sure what they are. They're definitely glass, kind of a denim colored glass. Cabochons, like, not cabochons, those are like the shapes of marquees, but they're not faceted. And then AB prong set, additional stones. These are also Weiss, okay, in excellent condition. So they would go in the ear like that. Loving those. Okay, I think these might be Hattie Carnegie. Possibly. From my research. It is missing a rhinestone right there, but I believe it fell in the box because I think I saw it. But I'm sure if I Google Lens those real quick, that's probably what I found out. They're pretty big. They are about almost 2 inches. I think they're an unsigned Hattie Carnegie is what my recollection is. But we can do some research on those, and obviously we can replace that. I think it's in the box. So these are all faux pearl. I really like those. Let's see what else I got going on here. Oh, these are fun. A little texture movement. These are inset. These are, set in what's called cup links. That's the setting. They're all prong set. You can see with some little movement and reticulation down there. I do not see a brand. They're obviously clip black, looking like that. They're in excellent condition. No dead stones or anything. Those are about 2 1/4 inches. Loving those. Really nice pair of prong set, faceted twist back earrings there. Now, the stones have a little bit of yellowing going on. Some of them look amazing. Like, look how sparkly those are. But then some aren't quite as sparkly. Let me see. You know, with time, they just kind of lose their, you know, sparkle. Because, you know, it gets some moisture sometimes behind there. They're, you know, foil backed. I do not see a brand on these. But those are hanging down to about 1 3/4 inches. I don't know if those stones could be taken out and cleaned up and then put back. I'm not sure. These also might be, let's see what brand, Hattie Carnegie from my recollection. I know I had a handful of those in there. And if you look at the backs are this, oh no, those backs are different. But this is another pair of Hattie Carnegie unsigned. And look at the backs. They're the same. So I have to do some research on them. I don't have the necklace that goes with them. But not unlike the style of earrings that they often would make. And so those are looking like that. With some, needs a little bit of a cleanup, but with some faceted AB mixed in there. So those are cool. I might as well grab those other ones for you. These are the smaller of the 3 pair. So if we look that size, and then that size, they kind of get bigger as we go. Again, these are like faux pearls, rhinestones in there. This is the back's looking like. But when I've done some Google Lens searches on those, many came up very similar to this that were unsigned Hattie Carnegie. So that's my guess. I'm not sure, but it's a guess. Okay, these definitely need a little bit of a cleanup, but some cupcake setting. It kind of look like houndstooth almost setting. AB faceted earrings there, and they go in the ear like that. No brand, but very nice. Another pair of prong set rhinestone earrings. These might also be Weiss from what I remember. Maybe not. No brand. I'm not actually sure who those are. But they're going to go in the ear like that. clear rhinestones on those. They're in excellent condition. No dead stones. Now these, when I remember doing some research, I don't know. It is possible that these could be Juliana. I think I did some research when I found these. I'm not going to Google Lens them now. But these are some very specific earrings. These are all faceted glass. You can see they have the open back on those rhinestones there, which is not uncommon. I don't know for sure if they're an unsigned Juliana, but, you know, definitely worth some research. But, oh, those backs I was thinking were the same, but they're not. So, but definitely interesting, right? Okay. Again, these are haul earrings. So these are all earrings that I've picked up in my thrifting and, you know, sourcing. These might be Weiss, blue AB. Now, some of these stones look like they've seen better days. Oh, no, unsigned. Prong set. Clip back. Oh, AB. And they're going in the ear like that. Okay, need a little bit of a cleanup. So we've got green with a halo of lighter green, almost the color of peridot, but they're just rhinestones. I don't see any brand on those, but they're about the size of a nickel. You know, and the gold tone on them looks great. Oops, sorry, I was trying to open them for you so you could see. See? There you go. Let's see what else there's a missing rhinestone there. We'll have to see if that goes with that. I'm not sure. Okay, another like clustery, you know, articulating, you know, these are all prong set rhinestones that are also set in cufflinks. And I don't see a brand back there, but they're functioning just fine. You know, someone needs a place to go to be dressed up, I guess. I think these might be sterling. These are twist back. Let me see what they're marked with. It says sterling, sterling, sterling. So I don't make these things up, okay? But the little marcasites in there on the flowers. Okay, so those are pretty. And then we have a dangle earring here, AB, with some, these are called navettes. When you have a longer, more elongated rhinestone, you know, marquee is the cut when they're a little bit fatter, but when they get longer and skinnier, people call them navettes. All prong set. I love the teal color on that. I do not see a brand, but those are twist back. And so they are going in the ears like that. So how about them apples? Did you have any favorites? Some nice ones there, right? Okay, reach out if you're interested in any information on any of those. Again, anybody who's purchased from me before knows that I offer incredible prices that you will not be disappointed with. I mean, for the value of the item, of course, you know. So we'll just shove those to the back. I want to try to get done here before an hour. So I got 15 minutes left, or 17 minutes. So these are all post earrings as well. Smaller though, not as big as the other ones, which were more like chandelier kind of length, bigger ones, you know. But let me just grab and go. A lot of them are not actual sterling, but they are faceted glass. So, oh, those are two different earrings. Oh, okay. Clearly. Probably made with the same beads. I'm loving those. I love the it's like an art glass faceted. Those are fun. Don't believe that they're sterling. Nope. And then I think I'm just going to pour these out. I think it'll make it faster for us if I do that. Let me move some of these papered ones back out of the way. Okay, so let me find the match for this one. Here it is. So this is similar to the other one, but just doesn't have the extra dangle. You know, simple little, I love the color of this. Okay. From my recollection, I believe all of these are actual acrylic, faceted acrylic, but all of these earrings here are Joan Rivers. They are marked right there on the edge of the lever back. So a really pretty, dangly, faceted, like lucite earrings. I think there's one more Joan Rivers in here. Which one were they? From what I remember. I think it was another lever back one. Oh, I think these are the other Joan Rivers ones. They could look like a faux druzy there. And again, marked with Joan Rivers right here on the earring. So some fun little dangle earrings there. I try to move as fast as I can. Many of these are sterling, just so you know. It's a natural stone sterling earrings here, marked Israel on the back. Very, very nice. I don't know if that's a type of, I don't know what kind of stone that is. I don't believe it's just glass. I believe it's some type of natural stone, but I don't believe it's a jasper or anything like that. So there you go. These are just glass dangle earrings. I'm going to go through these as fast as I can. This one, if I can find its match here, I believe that these are sterling, inlaid with two kind of enameled, but they're not inlaid, they're enameled, I guess, I'm not sure. Looks like enamel or some sort of resin, but these are in fact sterling silver and they're marked on the back right there. They kind of remind me of egg yolks. I don't know why, but they're like opposites of each other. Do you see that? So those are definitely interesting. These might be Judith Ribka from my recollection from when I bought them. At a consignment store. Pretty sure the inside of them are marked Judith Ribka. Right there. Judith Ribka makes very, very nice earrings. A nice hoop there. They would be sterling silver and cubic zirconia, most likely. Yes. Very, very nice hoop. These are just faceted glass orange dangle earrings. Actual glass. These are like an art glass swirl. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, you know, marbles. Not sterling. This is a big glass kind of, they're prong set and textured. So I guess they go in the ear like that, so you don't see the prong set part. Those are on the back side. I'm not sure. They're probably just glass. Okay. So those are cool. Some more earrings that sterling silver from my recollection, marked there with just some swirl glass dangles on lever back. And then here's some dyed, also sterling silver, dyed mother of pearl little earrings. Loving those. I'm not sure what the brand is on these. Maybe one of you guys in the, there's a couple pairs here. I don't know if they're marked KR, which I think is an actual brand. Let's see what this one's marked. This one doesn't actually have a mark. Obviously, I would need to do a little bit of research on those. But those are, I think those are acrylic, faceted acrylic. Post back earrings on that one. And then where's the match for this? I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Here it is. So it's looking like that. Those are glass inlaid. They very much look like, you know, hold on, let me have a drink real quick. The construction of them, kind of the heaviness of them, remind me very much of J. Crew earrings, but they're not J. Crew. They're marked with a KR. With a, like a sideways arrow. Honestly, I'm not sure who those are, but I could do some research. So these are Thailand, I believe. They, hold on. They're marked PAJ, BB China. They might be like a gold plated, maybe. They're not sterling or anything like that. I mean, maybe they could be vermeil, I'm not sure, but they're not marked with a 925. But they look very fancy, and when I look up comps for PAJ China, I mean, I've seen things in the $30s and $40 range. So a nice pair of hoops there. So these are, I guess these remind me of those other earrings that were magnetic, not magnetic, that when I used them, they would like beep. See, like those are doing the same when I would put them on my gem tester. So I don't know what stone that is that makes it do that. I mean, part of me is like it's druzy, but I'm just not sure. And I'm not sure if those are sterling or not. No. But aren't those fun earrings? Okay, these are heavier. Kind of remind me of a Pringles potato chip. Looks like there's a 925 there at the bottom. Still Pata mark as well. Okay. So maybe that inlaid is like a stone of some type. Oh, you know what? I think it's labradorite, because if you look at it a certain direction, you get flash, like what labradorite gives off. Let's see if you get the flash on these. It's like when the light hits it a certain way, you get that kind of labradorite flash. You definitely see it on this one. I'm not making this up, I promise. And now I can't, like, there you go. You get a little bit of that look. But anyways, interesting Silpata earrings there. Sterling silver. These are really fun. These are probably abalone, which is harder to find these days because they won't let you harvest that anymore for jewelry. These are also sterling silver from my recollection of purchasing them. So those are really nice. I don't think these are sterling. I think these are like a dyed howlite, a heavier earring. You know, costume jewelry though. Okay, trying to go as fast as I can. I think this is the butterfly wing earrings. I've had bracelets like this before, but you see there's like a palm tree there in the background. But I think that's with butterfly wing. I'm not sure if these are sterling or not. They almost look like they have gold hooks on there. I'm just not sure. Have to do some further research. But they're magnetic, so there you go. This is just a dangled, haloed, amber colored glass earring there, post back. You can see them there. Kind of the color, you know, of like gunmetal. These are Christmas trees. Aren't those fun? With really pretty, you know, they're graduating. They're getting smaller as you go down. Those are all rhinestones there. These might be sterling silver. It is possible. From my recollection, I just don't remember all of them. But no, not sterling silver. These are some sort of stone, I believe. Hold on, let me find the match. We've got a little kind of cabochon with a little kind of rope halo around there. And these are marked JG Hook, whatever brand that is. JG Hook. There you go. I'm pretty confident that these are sterling and natural pearl. Hold on, I gotta find the match. Or I need to quit picking up ones that I don't know where the match is. Okay, I'll put it back. Let's do these. These are definitely sterling, faceted glass, marcasites, and marked. There, look at the way that they're set. Aren't those beautiful? The butterfly things are marked 925, and the earring post is not marked 925, but on the inside of the earring, I'm looking. You know, pretty sure they're sterling because I paid up for them, but aren't those beautiful? Okay. And here we have some really beautiful kind of briolette faceted dangle earrings there. A nice pretty blue. I don't know if it's a gemstone. It looks like it's just glass, but I believe that they're sterling on those. Okay, and there's my other matching one. So these are a natural pearl. Look at the filigree kind of details of way that that's set there. They are sterling silver, marked there on the back, as well as on the earring down there. Aren't those beautiful? Loving those. Okay. And then these are faceted, let's see, I don't think those are glass. I think that those are some type of natural stone, and I also believe that those are sterling, from what I remember. I know all of the stuff I'm showing you today is not sterling, but a good bit of them are. Here's a really nice reticulating earring here. It's possible that's turquoise in there. An inlaid kind of bezel set turquoise. Let's see what it's marked on the back. It says 925, and then it also says SX maybe. Don't know what that stands for. But loving those sterling earrings. These are just faceted glass on lever back. Nothing fancy or anything on those. These I believe are sterling. I'm not sure if that's like a jade of some type. They definitely register on my gem tester up there in the nephrite jade area. Not sure if that's the case. But I've got those. Really love the look of these earrings. I'm not sure. It's possible that could be amber. No, it's a gemstone of some type. These are sterling from my recollection. And yeah, those definitely go up to the quartz jasper area. So those are looking like that. Loving those. It's possible. I think these actually hang from, they might go with this. It might be more, what brand? Hold on. Those might also be Judith Ripka. I'm not sure. Maybe not Judith Ripka. Maybe those are, now it's going to bug me. I'm not going to be able to take a picture because my phone's being used to film. but it's not Judith Ripka. I think it's, oh, what's the brand? And a lot of the earrings look this in style. Very, very, very nice earrings. It's going to bug me because I've sold lots of them. Someone's going to have to say it in the chat. I know that they're made in Thailand. I don't think it's Judith Ripka. I think it's a different brand. I can't remember. But I want to say that these might go on these. I think that's how those earrings are worn. Because this isn't an earring by itself, but I think the idea is that you can switch them out. And maybe there was a whole bunch of different ones that you could switch out. So there's that. These are a little faceted glass, bezel set, teardrop. I don't think these are sterling, no. Here we have a really nice mixed metal or tarnished. I can't tell which. Oh, it's definitely mixed metal because that looks copper inside there. These are marked 925 with a brand like an R. It's got like a diamond brand. I'm not really quite sure what that stands for, but it's down here. But it also says 925. So that's what those are looking like. Little half hoops, bezel set, glass, dangles there. Those are probably not sterling silver. I don't know if they're a brand. No, but it's got a very nice texture on the back side. So those are cute. I think these are Trifari from my recollection. Let's look on the inside. I might be making things up. I don't see a brand on them, nor do I see a 925. So I'm not sure what those hoops are, but they're nice. They're heavy for sure. Okay, I have a couple pairs of these. I'm wondering if these are also, because they're similar. I have a purple one and a citrine colored one. They're just glass, but I don't know what brand they are. But again, I have two pairs of those looking like that. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're also Joan Rivers. Like we had some Joan Rivers at the beginning, but those were plastic acrylic ones. These are, looking for a mark. I don't see a mark. I'm just not sure. But I got two pairs of those. Oh, these were supposed to go in the twist back stuff. Okay, a twist back earring there. Glass, mother of pearl. Very cute. We'll put them in there with those. Okay, these are just glass, cat's eye. Probably sterling. I'm not sure. A lot of times these are magnetic just because of the kind of like with clasps. These lever backs are often magnetic even if they are sterling. So just double check them. Don't assume they're not sterling just because they're magnetic. But those are cute. I know that these are sterling because I just tested them just before this show. But a little cubic zirconia prong set. Hooked earrings there. And a little halo and what appears to be marcasite. No. Well, some of it is like a marcasite, and then you've got like knobs of metal, and then marcasite knobs of metal. I don't know if this is just faceted glass. Yes, just glass. Okay. A really pretty sterling silver dangled artisan style, hammered. Wouldn't surprise me if those are quartz. No, they're just faceted glass. But a very dainty little dangle earring. Loving those. Here we have some like teardrop. Kind of pave. There's a lot of rhinestones in there, and they were all prong set. This is marked 925. DBJ. So those are really nice stud earrings. I have tested these. It says that the posts are 14 karat gold, and they in fact are. The rest of it is not. And that is just like a bead. That's not like a gemstone or anything. But the actual posts are 14 karat. The hooks, I'm sorry, the backs are not. But that's a really nice vintage little earring there. Got some simple little, you know, hinged hoops there. I can't remember if they're sterling or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But if someone reached out and was interested, I could definitely find out for you. Here we've got some graduating prong set cubic zirconia sterling silver earrings there. They're marked 925 China. So I don't always trust those earrings that are marked 925 China, because I'm going to tell you right now, these look similar to these, and I've actually tested these. They also are marked 925 China, I think. And they are not. They're just plain not. It's a lie. It's one of those fake earrings. I know this because right before the show I did them. Interesting. The backs on these are vermeil. They're marked 925 and they are sterling. And the actual earring is also marked 925, but it's not. But I haven't actually tested those ones. So both of those are obviously similar. Very pretty earrings though. So we got those. These are bigger, the stones on those. And again, just like cubic zirconia. This is probably a type, that's probably red jasper. Very pretty, definitely sterling. I love the little like buttercup toppers on that. Aren't those really pretty? Love those earrings. So here we have like an art glass earring. It hangs like that, kind of foiled art glass. I'm very confident that those are sterling from my recollection. I might have to test them again, but those are looking like that. A little cha-cha. Definitely vintage, old. Someone probably replaced and put these new ear wires on here. I'm not sure if those ear wires are gold or anything. They're not magnetic. So it is possible. But obviously that would require further testing. But those are old earrings for sure. The little cha-cha thing going on there. So these are just like a, I think vermeil is what I recall. Let me see what it's marked. It is marked 925. And I believe I have tested those. They also have a 925 back. So those are vermeil, just have a gold, a gold layer over the sterling. So those studs are nice. And there's the other earring that I couldn't find from the first grouping. Let me put it in there with it so I can remember. These are just dangles. Glass pearls. They are marked 925 on the hooks, but half the time I don't believe that that's true, because half the time it doesn't actually test as it. So I always check. So these are fun. These are like a rose gold heart, prong set heart, little dangle earrings there. kind of purplish in color. A very, very light purple. And those earrings are marked. They're not marked. So I have no idea if they're sterling or anything like that. So they'd require a little bit more research. They're not magnetic though. These are really, really pretty earrings. I don't know why I have just one of those. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, a little moon and star, sterling silver, little cha-cha with AB faceted. I'm 99% sure those are sterling hooks on there. A really cute dangle earring looking like that. I don't know where this other one is. It is, let's see here. It's just a prong set rhinestone. I don't even necessarily think this is sterling. I'm not sure. Let me check. The posts are it's unclear to me. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the back here. Yeah, I don't know why I have this random stud in here. But anyways. And then these last two pair of earrings are, they look like they're sterling, but they have been acid tested and they are not. That's why I put them in this bag, so I wouldn't forget. But look at these beautiful, this is a natural stone bezel set. Looks like some type of jasper in there. With a really nice, bezel set there and significant backs. The backs actually say that they're sterling, but these earrings are not. They are fake, probably made in Mexico, but they're really, really nice. That I will have to say. And then these are also marked sterling, I believe, on the posts. Says 925 something, but when I acid test them, they are not. So again, another pair of fakes, but they look sterling, that I'll have to say. So I went as fast as I could. Can't fault me too bad. I finished at 1 minute and 12 seconds. Woohoo! So anyways, lots of earrings tonight that I was showing you. Again, everything is available to purchase. You just need to reach out. You will be very pleased with the offers that the price offers that I give. Most people are, a lot of resellers purchase from me. Let me just say that. So there's lots of wiggle room in there in the prices I'm able to offer, because I work really hard trying to get my items at a really good price so that I can then turn around and offer really good prices to you guys. So I really appreciate you guys coming. And thanks again. If you don't already follow me here on Cherished Relics Boutique, be sure to go down. I believe there's a place you can follow down here in the corner. I'm almost at 1,000 followers. I've been edging right there at about, I don't know, maybe I have 957 followers. I'm very close to 1,000. Help get me there, guys. I really appreciate the support. And yeah, again, I'm going to put it up here on the screen one more time. If there's any items today that you saw that you're interested in doing a private sale on, you need to reach out to me at cherishedrelicsboutique@gmail.com. And then if you look up here, provide me with the information you see that's up here on the screen. And yeah, we can do a private sale. I bill through PayPal and ship through them as well. And the shipping is based on the package weight. So I live here in Pittsburgh, and I'm bidding farewell here from, Pittsburgh, PA. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And I think I'm going to do a little surprise giveaway. So if you have lasted this long in my show and you made it all the way to the end, if you go down and comment your favorite pair of earrings tonight, I'm not going to send you necessarily the favorite pair of earrings you point out, but you can tell me your favorite pair of earrings. But I will send I think I'm going to pick 3 comments on their favorite pair of earrings that I showed tonight in tonight's haul. You don't have to pay for shipping. I will send you a beautiful pair of earrings that I'm going to pick from Earrings Tonight. I don't know which ones I'll pick. They're, you know, but they'll be cute. I promise you that. And they'll be a free gift. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you guys next time around. Goodbye from Cherished Relics Boutique. Later.